The Russinize Your Day show is brought to you by Lori Tornga, a realtor with Wykert Realtors in West Michigan. Give her a call, 616-299-9479. Lori Tornga with Wykert Realtors. Let her know you heard about her right here on the Russinize Your Day show. And a very good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Russinize Your Day show, and I'm your host, Russ.
And I'm your other host, Brent.
And we're delighted to be here with you on this Thursday. We are almost through the week as we head ever closer to the Iowa caucuses. Tomorrow will be our final polling episode.
Oh, that's so sad.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. Monday we'll do the final polls because, of course, the caucus will be going on as we find out how I don't know actually when the caucus starts. We should look that up, and we'll bring that to you tomorrow along with the poll results. So
it starts at 7. Amen.
And also with you. All
right.
But on today's episode, we're going to talk a little bit about the something you probably haven't heard a lot about, the
Trump.
Yes, yeah, something you probably have not heard a lot about Donald Trump. No, we'll be talking about the authorization to use military force proposal that's going through the Senate currently, proposed by he ran such a successful presidential campaign.
He's actually still in the race.
No, he was so successful he had to drop out of the race.
No, well, that's just a ploy. That's just part of his game.
That's how good he was doing. He was like, okay, I'm way ahead in the polls. I'm going to drop out.
Yeah. Actually, he's just taking a little hiatus. He's going to jump back in when he feels like he's needed.
Right. So. He was the first trans candidate for President, Lindsey Graham.
Yes.
And he has proposed a new authorization to use military. I'm sorry, what? What were you excited about there?
You said that he proposed, and I was wondering who the lucky woman/man or whatever.
No, I'm sorry. No, that's he is single though. In case anybody out there is looking to mingle, with
it'd be weird.
Trans Senator Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, it'd be weird if your name is Lindsey, because then it'll be Lindsey and Lindsey Graham. Is there an echo in here?
Well, but why would you say the last name twice?
I don't know.
Wouldn't it just be Lindsey and Lindsey Graham?
All right, touche.
And if they spelled it the same way, that would get very confusing.
Yes. Then their kids could all be Lindsay.
It's
like a George Foreman family already.
I don't know how Lindsay though is a any sex name.
A unisex?
Is that unisex?
Any sex name.
At least mine were real words. I didn't just make up one. I
never make up words. I just
our soon-to-be-up Brentisms page on the website disagrees with you. So
don't hold your breath, audience. I don't think it's happening.
It'll be up, so you will be fine.
So what's Lindsey Graham proposing? Not marriage, apparently.
Well, I was just. I said he had proposed the authorization. Thanks for listening. Yeah, Brent just got here for the show today.
Yes,
thanks for tuning in, Brent.
I'm your Snapple to your pop. I'm sorry. I'm your Snap to your pop.
Wouldn't it be who's Crackle then? We only have two people. We're missing a Crackle. We got a Snap and a Pop, but that Crackle is non-existent.
Yes, the Crackle is the audience,
or our antiquated technology. One of the two. That's the
yes.
Oh, that's sweet, though. The audience completes us.
Yes, they do. Now,
It is almost Valentine's Day, so I think that's fitting.
Yes, it is.
What are you all business today? You're like, are you okay?
I'm very.
I'm
just
want to make sure.
No, I'm good. Let's do this.
You're just like all business, and
I am not
being
business.
All business. Okay.
Wait. Yeah, I'm not business. I'm never business. I'm fun. I'm like a mullet.
No, don't. Don't. So yes, Lindsey Graham and the authorization to use military force against the I've heard a lot of this lately. So-called Islamic State. Have you heard that when people talk about ISIS?
The so-called?
The so-called Islamic State. Yes, they are called that. They call themselves the Islamic State, and when they carry out acts of violence, they do it in the name of Allah.
Yes.
But it always strikes me. Because it's like, what, are you trying to cover up the fact that they're doing this in the name of Islam?
Well, they're just the so-called, so that we can be politically correct.
So-called. They don't really represent Islam. Well, they tend to think they do.
Yeah. I don't know if I would disagree with them. I don't want to get my head chopped off.
Right, yeah.
Either that or taxed.
Or tax. Well, that's true, yeah. If you want to live under their government and you're an infidel, you can. You just have to pay a tax.
A hefty tax at that.
Yeah, it's not like they don't make it real easy for you, the infidel, to live peacefully in their empires. So
no, it's like the taxes that we have now in America. So you would have no money.
It's basically almost exactly the same, except they behead you if you don't pay it. Here, you just go to jail
for no reason.
For no reason.
Yeah.
But don't worry. We're going to be fighting them now, folks.
All right. It's about time.
Because the Senate is gearing up to pass the authorizing. It's referred to as an AUMF.
Watch your language.
That doesn't come out the tongue nicely. Those
are harsh letters.
Well, you drove me to it, Brent. You drove me to it. Yes. The authorization to use military force against the so-called Islamic State. This was proposed by Lindsey Graham in the Senate, and it's being fast-tracked under a rule. Where was that?
Is it 14?
14. Under Rule 14.
I know that rule very well. It's a bro should never leave another bro alone in the bar.
It's very similar to that. Just if the bar is the Senate and the bros are Senator Mitch McConnell, the majority leader in the Senate, Republican from Kentucky, and he fast-tracks the bill, because usually these bills have to go before a committee and then they get voted out of committee and then they appear on the Senate floor. Yeah. But under this nice little rule, they can fast-track a bill. Of course, they never fast-track bills that are beneficial
to the American people at all.
No. Why would they do that? That's a waste of time.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
You want us to do something about this $18 trillion and climbing debt that we have? What?
We had to put that up in front of the committee.
Yeah. But this one, under Rule 14, they can fast track that sucker so they can just do a floor vote on it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Democracy.
Well, democracy is great. The fact that we have guys like Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham.
I think you're using guys loosely again. It is Lindsey Graham.
And Mitch McConnell.
He looks like a turtle. Admiral Akbar from Star Wars.
Turtle. Am I not turtly enough for the turtle club?
Have you never seen Master of Disguise?
Not all of it. I started watching it and I was like, oh, this is stupid. So I turned it off.
Dana Carvey is hilarious.
Again, another tranny there, Dana.
But these two guys coming up, I can't believe they had enough brain power to come up with something like this.
Well, I don't know if that. Well, they obviously didn't come up with the. Are you talking about the initiative whatever the
just
Protocol 14 or whatever they want to call it?
Just the initiative to actually try to fast track a bill at all. Or fast track anything at all.
Well, you forget, though. They know how to bend the rules to benefit themselves.
Oh, yeah.
They don't know how to bend the rules to actually do the right thing.
Yeah. They have to make sure that they take care of themselves. That's why they were voted in.
No.
Well, that's why they think they were voted in.
Yes, that is why they think they were voted in.
Let's swear in to protect and uphold the Constitution and then do this.
Well, that's a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah, that's weird.
The Constitution, it's old.
It's old.
It's old.
It is.
It belongs in your grandmother's house or something. Just
it's being a little loose with the Constitution, just flinging it about, Grandma. And
I'm treating it as actually I'm treating it better than Congress usually does. So
I'm surprised it's still under lock and key. It's not in like one of the bathroom stalls.
It's on the towel rack. Senators have been drying their hands with it for years.
Most likely.
Oh, we need new towels in here. Quick, authorize a bill to buy us new towels.
Fast track it. Use Rule 14.
Come on. We don't have time. My hands are dry. They're wet. I need to dry them.
Put it on the floor now. Of course, you have to say that I'm absent. My hands are still wet. I can't
leave here. I gotta wait until you guys
I can't show up.
Authorize it.
This is. I think you and I should run for the Senate.
I think we got the same thing.
I think we got this under control.
Yeah, we know what we're doing. Three other AUMFs have emerged in Congress. Isn't that's a profound statement? I think there's several more of them in there than just three. But
does it say who they are?
One passed the Senate Foreign Relations Committee in 2014.
Okay.
Another was written by the president.
Who's that? Oh, the president.
Barack Obama.
Yeah, that president.
And then the other was drafted by Senator Tim Kaine, Democrat of Virginia, and Senator Jeff Flake, Republican of
Can
Arizona.
Never count on that guy.
No, you can't.
Never count on him.
Not very trustworthy. Which has a companion in the House introduced by Reps Scott Rigell of Virginia and Peter Welch of Vermont, a Democrat.
I love his juice.
Yeah, he makes really good juice. Welch is... But in June, Kaine and Flake made a proposal that would have authorized action for 3 years. This is from DefenseNews.com, by the way. Action for 3 years, and it included the use of ground troops only to protect the lives of U.S. citizens under imminent threat.
Okay. So that one passed?
No.
Okay. No. So the new AUMF, that must be just for...
Lindsey Graham.
Yes. That must be for just 1 year then, right?
But no. By contrast, Graham's authorization has no expiration date or prohibition on U.S. ground troops.
Oh dear. So this bill will never expire.
Yeah.
And there's no limit to how many ground troops you can use.
There's no limit to how many use, no limit on where you put them. There's no geographic constraints on this bill whatsoever.
So, but I have a question.
Yes.
I might be getting ahead of us.
Probably.
Most likely, because I'm a forward thinker.
You're something, all right.
I'm an AUMF. Wait, I don't think I should. Anyways, so will this be vetoed by the president? I mean, because... it's authorizing unlimited time and also unlimited boots on the ground.
Well, funny you should ask this. Funny you should ask this.
Right.
We're going to have a great laugh about this.
I'm a pretty funny guy, actually.
Weeks. This all comes weeks. You remember the president gave his State of the Union address.
I don't pay attention to
his
yes.
last State of the Union address.
Last.
He, in that, since neither of us watched it, he chided Congress for criticizing his response to the Islamic State, but not authorizing his use of force against the group.
I'm sorry. When has he ever said we need to use any type of force against ISIS? He never has really ever. He's been like, we need to diminish their supplies. We need to make sure that they don't grow. We need to contain them. He's never said that we needed to win. He's never said that we needed to destroy them. He's just been very diplomatic about it. And you know what they say about being diplomatic.
Well, and this article points out that it's unclear whether the move marks an ideological shift for the Senate leaders who have said they would not advance this without a coherent strategy from Obama. So we obviously we have a coherent strategy from the president then. You've heard it, right? You heard what his coherent strategy was.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I know what it is, obviously. So why don't you just tell the audience, since you know what it.
Yeah,
in case somebody doesn't.
He's going to get a great team on it.
Great team.
It's going to be a beautiful team. And
wait, Donald Trump is not president.
No, I know this is verbatim Barack Obama.
Oh,
it's going to be a great team. It's going to be beautiful. They're going to go in there with huge weapons.
Wait, but again, this
Donald
Trump is not president.
No, this is still Obama. He's going to diminish. He's going to diminish them. Yeah, it's going to be great. Verbatim.
Verbatim.
Yes.
That's interesting. It really sounded very eerily similar to everything Donald Trump has said.
Well, I'm just giving you the in-depth of the plan.
That's the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, that was, right down to the core.
Where was, I did say coherent strategy.
Well, that is his coherent strategy, so.
But there was nothing coherent in that.
Yeah, you weren't apparently listening. We're going to get together.
Tell it again.
A great team.
Great team. Does it just take management?
Yes, it's going to be great management team.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful. We're going to go over there.
Yep.
We're going to diminish ISIS.
What are we going to do? Are we going to call them names?
No, not belittle.
We're going to go
diminish.
We're going to say, oh, okay. I was just thinking we had all our troops sitting there on the front lines.
Yeah,
hey, turds.
Yeah.
And then the Kurds pop up. What? No, turd, T.
T.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a huge team.
Huge. Did he say huge?
He must have had a cold that day.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so he's gonna go out there, and that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna diminish them, and it's gonna be great.
What?
It's gonna be great.
I think we need the definition of diminish.
He's gonna. That's the president's plan.
Make or become less.
Yeah, so
he's just going to make them less?
Yes.
That's really not a coherent strategy. That's just we're going to make them less.
Yes. We're not going to... They're people.
Yeah, but they're people.
They're people.
Okay, but they're people killing
But
people.
we can't do that. They have rights. They have human rights. And we can't kill them. We can't go to war with unlimited troops on the ground.
Well, but the Senate's giving you power to do that, Mr. President.
But we can't do that. We can't do that.
But that's what...
Their lives. What if a civilian's in the way? We can't go over there and just destroy them and get them out of our lives.
Well, what's the plan then?
I tell you once, I tell you twice. The third time I'm slapping you upside the head.
Ah, okay. So you're going to diminish me now, I see.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
No, that's belittling. Can you please keep up with the words?
When you're involved, no.
Everybody loves keeping up with the words. Oh my goodness, keeping up with the words with Brent. Maybe.
I think that verbatim with the mistake should be the title of your section. Keeping up with the
It's the remix.
We're gonna when we set up, if we make your own little Brentism segment.
Oh, told you people.
It was an if. It's a real long stretch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna diminish any chances of that happening. But if we do, we're gonna take that segment to be the intro.
Okay. Now you're just trying to belittle me.
Yeah.
But
diminish your self-esteem.
Yes.
An article back from December 15, 2015, so just last month.
Not too long ago.
No. From National Review.
Can't trust them.
The Huffington Post took an extended look at the failure to pass an AUMF against ISIS.
Okay.
The answer is relatively simple: an abject failure of leadership, primarily from the commander-in-chief and secondarily from Congress. So this is President Obama's proposed AUMF, represented an effort to mandate a de facto third Obama term, of national security failure. So this is why they apparently shot it down the first time. So he attempted to write into law not only severe limitations on the use of ground forces, but also a time limit on military operations. So, the original Obama plan, which was the most recent one outside of this AUMF, was that the reason they rejected it was because the time limits and restrictions on military operations. Which, to an extent, you look at that and you're like, okay, we're setting a timetable. You don't really want the enemy to know your timetable. So, the answer to that proposal is to come around and just take all restrictions away.
There you go. That's how you get it done in Washington.
Because now no longer do the terrorists know how much troops are going to dedicate and how much time it's going to take. But now the American people don't know what exactly this is going to be. The biggest problem I see is the no limit on geography.
Oh, you didn't even, I don't even think you touched on that. But
did I not?
No, you did not.
Okay.
What's this limit on geography? Or no limit on geography?
It doesn't matter where. There's no specific area we're going to combat ISIS.
Okay, so we could...
The world is our oyster.
Apparently, literally, in this AUMF. I like that.
The AUMF.
AUMF.
Yeah. There's no limitations on time,
Okay.
no limitations on place. We know where ISIS is, but we're not going to necessarily target them there. They're not going to know. Boom. Are we going to hit them in? We're going to hit them in Florida?
I don't know, but you scared me a little bit.
I know.
Or
boom.
Okay.
Are we going to get them over in Syria? We don't know. They don't know. Ooh.
That's,
you don't know either. They're going to come to your house.
David Copperfield stuff right there. Show up. Bling! Where'd you come from? Ha ha ha! You didn't know.
AUMF! That's
It's going to be their war cry?
Yeah. Yes. The ISIS will be so insulted by that.
They will be.
That they will just huff and leave.
There you go.
So it's really yet to be seen. There's no timetable yet on voting for this. They haven't used that cool little rule number 14. But
this
it's really
bill,
open-ended.
Yeah, this is a little ridiculous because for years, well, at least a good year, Obama has said that we're not going back there and we're not putting boots on the ground. Yeah,
and that's the interesting thing. And again, the president, his first initiative was to limit, which is ironic for this president. But Congress is like, no. Hey, buddy, you called us out in the State of the Union.
Yeah.
We totally understand. We're jerks.
Yeah. Our bad.
We're going to give you unlimited powers. Because this grants the president the power to declare war on ISIS anywhere he pleases using whatever force he pleases.
As long as he pleases.
As long as he pleases. What does that mean then? Because this doesn't just apply to President Obama. Because that was what National Review is pointing out was if you put the sunset on it, the next president's hands are tied.
Right.
Because, we have this timetable.
So with that in mind, and you sit back and you look at the candidates that are running, you look at the candidates that have the lead, who do you want in control of that type of power? Or who do you think might stop that kind of power too? You know what
the guy we do want is the guy who is all uppity about Megyn Kelly being a moderator at the debate tonight.
Yeah.
That he drops out of the debate.
Yes.
That, of course, would be Ted Cruz.
Yes. I mean, it's not like
whiny little baby Ted. Oh, what's that? No, I'm getting something in my earpiece here. No, I'm sorry. Oh, no, it's Donald Trump.
Oh, you sit corrected.
I do. The guy who, quote unquote, can handle the media, he seems to be a little bit sensitive.
Yeah.
He threw a temper tantrum about Megyn Kelly. Let's play this clip here. Let me make sure the audio volume is up.
Don't worry, we didn't start playing it.
No.
Fox is going to make a fortune. I told Fox you should give money to the wounded warriors. I'm not a fan of Megyn Kelly. I think she's a third-rate reporter. I think she, frankly, is not good at what she does. And I think they could do a lot better than Megyn Kelly. And so I'm going to be making a decision with Fox, but I probably won't bother doing the debate. I see they picked me as number one. Not only number one by far, but probably I won't be doing the debate. I'm going to have something else in Iowa. We'll do something where we raise money for the veterans and the wounded warriors. We're going to do something simultaneously with the debate, but most likely I'm not going to do the debate. I didn't like the fact that they sent out press releases talking about Putin and playing games. I don't know what games Roger Ailes is playing, but what's wrong over there? Something's wrong.
He's such a baby about everything. Did you I don't like how they were. I don't like. They were just. She's very rude to me. This coming from the guy who said she's got blood coming out of her eyes, blood coming out of her wherever.
Yeah.
But he's made a big fuss about. Oh, they should take the money from the debates and give it to the wounded warriors. First off, come on. It's a ridiculous ploy by Donald Trump. He's trying to look.
Yes.
I'll hold my own event, and we'll raise money for the Wounded Warrior Project. Come on, buddy.
I really like that because it's very disingenuous from him. If
It
it was on
absolutely is.
If it was on the books that he was actually planning on doing a Wounded Warriors thing, that's one thing. But because he gets rubbed the wrong way from somebody in the media, of course he has control over.
And Megyn Kelly was not unfair to him whatsoever. And if this is how he acts when somebody in the media is unfair to him, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. You chose
fun.
The wrong party to run in if you wanted the media to be friendly with you.
Yeah. But if he had this whole Wounded Warriors on the books and everything, that's one thing. But just because somebody,
it's a cheap ploy.
Yeah. Just because somebody doesn't agree with you, Mr. Trump, now you're like, oh, well, I'm going to do this instead.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to watch the debate. If Trump actually does stay out of the debate,
I'm watching it.
Yeah. I'll watch it gladly. We can finally have an actual conversation about things that actually need to be talked about.
Yeah, instead of what's been posted on Twitter.
Yeah. I mean, that's exactly. Now we do have Ted Cruz on Mark Levin's show actually challenged Donald Trump to a one-on-one debate.
Ooh, that would be That would be quite interesting to see.
And I sent you the audio from Cruz doing that, and it was very interesting because Cruz brought up, this is a job interview. You're going to get all whiny and cry about big mean Megyn Kelly was mocking me, which is actually funny because Trump actually released a Twitter poll. He put a poll on Twitter saying, should I go to the debate or not? Should I skip it? And his Twitter followers voted and whatever. But Fox released a press statement that said talked about Putin and I forget another world leader where they wanted to meet with Donald Trump but they said some mean things about him. So when they wanted to meet with Donald Trump, he took a Twitter poll of his audience to see if he would meet with them or not.
Do you know the results from these polls?
Which one?
Any of them.
The second one was a joke by Fox News.
But
they were making fun of him being a whine. I don't know about. I assume that the Twitter followers told him not to attend the debate. I can only assume that.
We're gonna still follow you. You could shoot somebody. We'd still follow you. Sheeple.
Yeah.
Sheeple.
Trump shooting somebody on Fifth Avenue, and everybody would still follow him.
Personally, if a candidate that I was supporting said that, I'd be like, yeah, well, not anymore because I'm not going to follow that.
Well, this is the thing though, and with Trump support, you can't talk to them. So many people I've heard, they're cool with everything Donald Trump has said. They don't vet anything he's said in the past or any of the very recent stances he's had. But now that Glenn Beck has come out supporting Ted Cruz, they now attack Glenn Beck.
Well, yeah.
For being not conservative. And then Trump supporters, they attack everybody else for being not actually conservative, and then they whine when you say, well, you're not actually conservative, and you present them with facts. Folks, we're at the end of the episode today. Thanks for tuning in. This has been the Russinize Your Day Show. Email us, russinize@whirlwindmedia.com. Visit the website, whirlwindmedia.com, WHRL-windmedia.com. Also follow us on Twitter @Russinized, RUSSINIZED, and follow @Whirlwind Media as well. Again, that's WHRL Wind Media. So, and always stay up to date. We're on a plethora of other social media sites, so check us out. Tumblr, StumbleUpon, Facebook. You can find us all over the place. We'll be back tomorrow with our final episode of the week, and then 1 weekend until the Iowa caucus.
All right.
I'm Russ.
And I'm Brent.
Thanks for listening.